There are wide reports that many entertainers are frightened to perform in the inaugural festivities on January 20th.
To question whether or not Donald Trump legitimately won an election or not is an incredible position to take 5 days before an inauguration.
And you know, we were out of time. I know Congresswoman Lee is not going to be going to the inaugural. Congresswoman Fudge, are you planning to attend?
No, I will be here in Cleveland.
All right.
Singer Andrea Bocelli has reportedly pulled out of performing at President-elect Trump's inauguration ceremony after the hashtag #BoycottBocelli was launched on social media.
We saw a few sparks to suggest that there is still some fire left in the Democratic Party. Then on Friday, John Lewis turned up the heat to about 100, this time with his bold declaration about Donald Trump.
Also not confirmed are some entertainers who reportedly believe if they show up at the inauguration, it'll hurt their careers.
16-year-old singing prodigy Jackie Evancho, who will sing the national anthem, is the only announced performer so far at Trump's inauguration, which has been having trouble attracting A-list talent.
I don't see this president-elect as a legitimate president.
But again, we cannot confirm the fear element. However, it's obvious there's a problem, and there should not be one.
You sang the national anthem at Mayweather Park. Mayweather Park.
I think the Russians participated in helping this man get elected.
The inauguration of a president celebrates a peaceful transition of power engineered by the American voters. That's what the ceremony is, not a political gesture.
Would you be willing to sing the national anthem at the inauguration, January 20th?
Oh, I'm gonna pass on that.
You gonna pass on it?
You do not consider him a legitimate president. Why is that?
All Americans should respect the process, even if you don't like the incoming president. Should never be intimidation about attending or performing at an inauguration.
I mean, unless they want me to, I'm gonna leave all that alone, man.
Why?
It's kind of crazy.
And they helped destroy the candidacy of Hillary Clinton.
The election of George W. Bush in 2000 was perhaps the most controversial vote in the nation's history, decided by the Supreme Court. Yet a variety of entertainment showed up at the inauguration, including Ricky Martin.
Is there a reason why you want to leave it alone?
No, man, it's just, it's kind of crazy right there.
I don't plan to attend the inauguration. It will be the first one that I miss since I've been in the Congress.
So even though there was bitterness over the Bush-Gore race, the nation came together at the inauguration. But now that cohesive spirit seems to have changed.
There's the possibility that a lot of other performers might be taking note from Andrea Bocelli and saying that they might not want to face that same potential backlash from their fans as well if they perform at Donald Trump's inauguration.
And joining me now are two more Democratic legislators who are taking a stand: Ohio Congresswoman Marcia Fudge and California Congresswoman Barbara Lee.
Anti-Trump zealots may be doing the same thing. If you're a Trump supporter, you're a bad person. And a number of entertainers believe their careers will be harmed should they associate with the new Trump administration.
Broadway star Jennifer Holliday has reportedly canceled her plans to perform at the upcoming presidential inauguration, citing that she hadn't initially realized that her participation could be interpreted as a show of support.
You were one of the earliest members of the CBC to come out saying you're not going to go to the inauguration.
Talking Points believes enough is enough with the anti-Trump movement. Man won the election, give him a chance.
Holliday, best known for her work in Broadway's Dreamgirls, said she faced pressure from her gay, lesbian, and black fans when it was announced that she would be performing Thursday at Washington's Lincoln Memorial.
Donald Trump took all of the bait and attacked John Lewis on the first day of the MLK weekend.
First of all, do you believe that some, maybe many, entertainers are frightened to go to Washington because they think their careers may be harmed?
According to TMZ, Celine Dion has refused to perform at Trump's inauguration ceremony.
He tweeted last night about John Lewis. Congressman John Lewis should finally focus on the burning and crime-infested inner cities of U.S. I could use all the help I can get.
Well, thus far there are very few booked, and we know that a number of people were asked to appear, but very few have said yes.
A source close to the 48-year-old star said she would not available for the January 20th event.
What do you make of this decision by the president-elect to attack civil rights icon John Lewis on MLK weekend?
Why did the George W. Bush inauguration have, a good cross-section of entertainers and not the Donald Trump so far?
R. Kelly wants to make it clear that he in no way supports President-elect Donald Trump. There were rumors circulating that the R&B singer would be performing at Trump's inauguration ceremony on January 20th.
Donald Trump talked about Congressman Lewis, actually insulted him by saying he was all talk and no action.
You're dodging the question. You don't believe that there's pressure being put upon entertainers not to show up? You don't believe that?
However, R. Kelly took to Twitter to clear up the rumors, saying, despite the rumors circulating online, R. Kelly will not be performing at this year's inauguration ceremony.
Well, Congressman Lewis led the effort for voting rights. He almost was killed as a result of his work.
You've shown no evidence.
Oh, stop.
That's
the evidence is there's nobody booked. That's the evidence. There's nobody booked 2 weeks away.
So I used to just leave a lot of shit to myself.
For me, Donald Trump has insulted one of our great leaders, and we all should feel very, upset and angry about this insult to Congressman Lewis.
You don't know anything about the Hollywood industry. They'll perform for Joseph Stalin, okay, if they think it's going to help their career, okay?
I wanted to go to the White House. I never got invited. I seen all them beautiful pics of everybody going to all these parties.
So do many other Americans believe that we have a president who, if in fact it is proven, has been assisted by the Russians and may in fact not be a legitimate president.
Pop groups, even the country people, are afraid that if they do it, that they're going to lose bookings, that they're going to be attacked on the internet, they're going to be smeared all over the place.
I just wanted to say what's up to Barack. We all came from a troubled past, but I see him giving people some really big chances. But anyway, it didn't happen, and I'm cool with that.
And Congresswoman Lee, we saw the members of the Congressional Black Caucus and others stand up against the certification of Donald Trump to be president.
I'm telling you that there is very rank fear in the entertainment industry to be associated with President-elect Trump.
So then Trump don't cause management. I know they're only doing this because they can't get nobody else. They want me to perform for the inauguration. But I had to say, nah, no matter how much money it was.
It's something that we saw before with President Bush. That happened in 2000, where members of the caucus as well as others stood up and said, you should not certify this man based on the way the Supreme Court intervened.
You didn't have Republicans questioning whether or not Obama legitimately beat John McCain in 2008.
I probably won't be going to the White House no time soon. That's why I was trying to go there.
And the reason I'm not celebrating at the inauguration is because up until now, this effort and the campaign has been divisive.